This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
And we be back
On a normal
again. Night. It is a normal night, yeah.
Yeah.
I know I texted you Sunday. I was like, hey, we can do it. And you're like, didn't we just record?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
A couple days. Yeah.
Yep. So it wasn't much, but we're back to our normal schedule, pre-programmed. And there is no AI used in the recording of this. I don't know. I feel like I need to say that now for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's no
like,
AI.
It's like I was listening to a podcast today, and it was about youth sports.
Okay.
And the devil of AI came up. And I'm just like, and it wasn't like there's no religious undertones or anything. It was just like how bad AI can be for young minds trying to learn a sport.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, why is AI always being demonized?
That's a good question.
So, yeah, that's all. I don't know. I just felt like I needed to say it. Came out. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you use AI?
No, not really. I did try to use it a couple times I was thinking about, it's like, oh, maybe we can spruce up the old Night Owls
The logo
logo a little bit. And I was just on like DGPT or some other one. And I was like, I just typed in like everything, like real specific, what I wanted, colors, all that. And it just came back as like, this does not look great. This is not what I'm looking for at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Some can be good, but man, you got to be really, really specific.
Yeah.
I should show you the ones where I had them. I forgot what it was, but it ended up being boxes and squares. Oh, I was like, hey, create a polka trash tattoo that incorporates, and I gave a parameter of.
Okay.
And it came up as just like squiggly lines, like circles and squares and diamonds. And I was like, can we make this more realistic? And what it came back as more circle squares and diamonds. I was like, ChatGPT, are you messing with me? You know, like.
Yeah, right.
So that was really my only interaction with it. So how have you been?
Good.
Do anything exciting this week?
This week, let's see. Saturday was Parents' Day for high school soccer. So I was able to get off for that. And unfortunately,
Did you have to walk on the field?
Yeah, we had to. Well, no, actually, not even onto the field, just on the track. So like, they announced players and families, and then they walked on the track, took our picture, and then we just kind of walked off and went back in the stands, and then
Nice.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we got our butts kind of handed
Yeah, it sounded
to
like
us.
it.
And then the varsity tied their game, which was pretty exciting. That was a good game. They played Appleton West, and they're a couple divisions higher than we are. I'm not even sure what division they are, but yeah. So that was a good game. And then Sunday, I went out and threw some discs.
Yeah.
Yep. And then yesterday, I feel like I threw again.
Okay.
Oh, no. You know what I was going to do is I got done early with work, and I was going to text you and be like, hey, disc golf. And then I went and picked up Dempsey later for practice, and I saw you were out there for football practice. I was like, yeah, we wouldn't have had time to like get in and around at all. I was like, yeah, I got done with work early, and unfortunately, I was like, oh, yeah. Football.
Yeah, and I was a loner yesterday too. I was all alone. Both the other coaches had other engagements. So
okay.
But we're going into an extra week. So technically our last game was last week. But we got one more game.
Yeah.
Because Lena was supposed to play us, and then they canceled in the beginning of the year, and then we had Algoma slated, but then Algoma canceled because they couldn't get a ride to us. So we were like,
strange.
Yeah, I guess they don't have a bus driver for that day or something. Like
Oh,
there's
okay.
other sports going on that took them away. Like the regionals or something like that is going on. So we begged and pleaded, and we said, hey, if we can get there, will you play us? And they were like, yep. So we're going to go there on Tuesday.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So these are kind of like surprise practices.
Yeah.
We had a practice scheduled for Tuesday, but it was like more of a fun practice. We're going to hand in gear and just one last little fun thing.
Not going to do that. No.
Actually going to play, so keep your gear. But everybody's happy about it. So, and then we had a game Monday against Suring, and we won. So we officially ended the season. Well, our
Undefeated?
regular season undefeated. So,
Cool.
but Suring was tough, man. 30-26.
And
So,
you've been dominating teams otherwise.
dominating. Like, I don't think we've lost to less than 24, 26 points, or we haven't won by less than a margin of 26 points.
That's crazy.
And we by 4 points. And they were at the 12 and called a timeout, and it was like a minute and 4 left. It was a first down, so a minute and 4 seconds left. And I walked out to the huddle, and I was like, so what do you guys want to do? He was like, we got this timeout. I got about 35 seconds left. And they were like, no, we got to lock in the undefeated season. Like, just let's take a knee. And I was like, are you sure? And they're like, yep, let's take a knee. I was like, all right, take a knee. So I walked off the field. I was kind of like, I was a bit bummed because I'm like, man, I just want to like hammer it home and like get that last touchdown.
Sure.
And just seal the game away instead of just winning by the 4. But that's what they wanted to do. So I was like, I acquiesced. I was like, hey, this is your season, man. Like, you're the one doing the hard work. I'm just calling BS from the sideline. And they did it and we won. So
That's a pretty mature decision, right?
was.
Like,
because I wasn't that mature.
if
I
you're
was
a kid,
like,
yeah. I don't know. Are you guys run heavy, pass?
run heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, run heavy. We have 2 running backs. They're actually twins, the Pelkey
Oh,
brothers.
yeah. Okay.
And they're absolute animals. Like, both of them are just fantastic
They like
runners.
put the ball on the field and all.
They are ones that you're like, go there, and they're like, okay.
I know,
And they
but
just
like,
get there.
no turnovers. Like they don't fumble the ball or
I
anything.
think maybe they fumbled it once
Okay.
this whole season. So I think one of the brothers has like 13 touchdowns. The other brother has like 17 touchdowns.
Oh my god!
And then we have one lineman that has a touchdown. And then we have a tight end that has a touchdown.
Dang. Okay.
So, and that's it. Like, basically those 2 kids. And then we have a couple defensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
scoop and scores and some. But yeah, no, they killed it this year. Like, they did some hard work. But it was actually the first time that I've actually had to coach. Like, I've had to call good plays and run a good offense. And, like, they had a couple defensive ends that were pretty good. And we essentially had to run away from them and then, play the calls that isolate them. And so it was fun. It was after the game. First injuries, like a kid almost broke his hand, another got a like true concussion, like throwing up, and so it was a real tough game. Like, we haven't had any issues. Everybody just walked off the field in every other game. But this was a really, really tough, like, drag them out, like, dogfight. Like,
Wow.
it was good. It was a real fun game. But all of them were like, that was the best game ever, the funniest game I've ever played.
That's cool.
So yeah, it was really fun. And then got the gym finished. Like, you helped move right before the last podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what we did before the last podcast. Shane's like, you can come over early if you want to help move some gym equipment. Or I was like, yeah, why not? Yeah. Did you get the treadmill moved?
No, that's still sitting
okay.
down there. I'm kind of just holding off on that. I have a furniture dolly. A friend has a furniture dolly that I can borrow. And I'm like, I think I can probably just strap it to it and then, have Sandy at the top holding the, just pulling it, and then I can just push it up.
Yeah.
So then if something happens, it falls on me. It doesn't fall on her. But the treadmill is downstairs, and we gotta pull it upstairs. But outside of that, yeah, everything else is done. So we've been using the heck out of it. The kids have been using it. Like, it's incredible. Sandy's been using it. Like, even Ezra, we got a little Bosu ball in there.
Yeah.
Ezra's like bouncing around on the Bosu, So it's pretty fun. But yeah, so that's that. I don't think there's anything else like big magnitude type dealies going on in my life, but I did do some disc golf stuff. I actually called the orchards and got the food planned, and then we figured out when I can get out there to start setting it up.
That was a big question on the comments of the Fall Classic. They're like, what's going on with food?
So it'll be, so if anybody's going, the Fall Classic, so we will have food at the golf course will be supplying
The clubhouse?
food. Yeah, the clubhouse will
Okay.
be doing the food like they did last year.
Yeah.
And then I had talked to Little Caesars. So I think for the doubles, I think we're going to have Little Caesars there. Just at least some.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to see if we can. If they were thinking that they would donate it to us.
Yeah.
And if we get them donated, we'll have some. But normally we just have people bring their own food. Because
Yeah.
there's a couple nice little like food trucks and stuff down in Bailey's. But if not, we might have some Little Caesars there. Yes, we did that. Got that set up. Golf carts. They're brand new golf carts this year. So they were like, well, I think we might have to charge you more. And I was like, we have already started taking money. Like we're basically done, and I was like, we can't just all of a sudden eat $4 or $5 more per person, and they were like, well, okay, we'll see what we can do. So they haven't called me back yet. And I'm just like, well,
I mean, I think it was already a $15 cart fee attached to the registration fee.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, not terrible.
No, not horrible. And for the golf carts that they are, I mean, they're super nice golf carts, and it's very unique. I mean, that's what the Fall Classic is. It's very unique. And Mike Harrington had set it up that way because he loves doing disc golf courses on golf courses. Yeah. And I think the uniqueness of it is the golf course. So
absolutely. Well, I remember, I think when we went to go play for league a couple times, it took us like 3 hours to walk everything. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty long. So like the golf carts definitely help a lot. But.
It is definitely set up to be golf cart. Like it's not set up to walk because there's some distances between holes that are just, I mean, 1,000, 1,500 feet, between holes.
Sure.
Like, so between the basket and the next tee pad. So, yeah. And especially like, what do you get to 6 and then you go all the way up to 7, like up the hill, cart path, and you go on to the second part of the course.
Yep.
But it's a really, really good course. It's fun times. They got, full clubhouse open and ready to go. And it's just us there. There's no golfers.
Yeah.
No nothing. So
I still want to, for anybody that's played it, I still want to try. I think it'd be fun to see if we could get, I don't know what the other side of the course is like, because we always play the same side. I'm curious what the backs, like the side that we haven't played, if it's worth like even considering doing anything on that side.
So it's more wooded. We could, and I've asked them about it, and they said no problem. Just tell us what side, and we've just always stayed on that side because then, it's kind of the more signature hole with the water.
There's the water and the island hole.
But the other side has the driving range and all that stuff. So that's the issue with the other side is that we'd have to kind of play around the driving range or shut the driving range down. And it would cost a bit more money to do that.
That makes sense.
But that wouldn't be a bad idea. So we were trying to get Maxwell and Braze for the second course. Like for the doubles.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they just never got back to me.
Oh, bummer.
It sounds like we're still good for the springtime, but they just never got back to me on it. So we're still going to do Bailey's for the doubles, Wildberry, and I'm going to have to go there sometime this week or next week and just see what condition it's in. Because I haven't been there in quite a while. So I'm going to have to go there, and I probably have to do some grounds maintenance. Yeah. But the town has been doing a decent job with it, but I think they let it go for about a month before they cut it every time. So, and I just haven't had time to get over there to do it. So, unfortunately, it is what it is, but it's been getting played. We've been getting Venmo tips and all that stuff for it. So,
cool.
Which has been good. So, and I'll take all that money and put it right back into it with gas and mowing and, stuff like that. All right. So today we're going to talk a little DGPT and some purse percentages. We're going to talk USDGC. Maybe we'll talk a finale that happened.
We'll just briefly mention it.
And then we're going to talk some percentages, more percentages. And this will be a hot take. But before we do that, in honors of the Brewers being technically the best team in the MLB right now.
Yeah.
I got some trivia for you.
Oh, okay.
And it is Brewers trivia.
Ooh.
Okay.
Fun. Okay.
Are you ready? Okay, let's see how much of a Brewers fan you are.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Who were the Brewers before they were the Brewers?
The Braves.
Their inaugural year, they weren't based in Milwaukee.
Okay. Trying to think, because I always knew them as the Braves before they were the Brewers. Were they
according to Brewer history?
Were they the Royals?
So they were the Seattle Pilots for one season. They were in bankruptcy issue, so they were actually forced to get out of Seattle. And
Crazy.
Milwaukee bought them and turned them into the Brewers. Or not Milwaukee, but they were moved to Milwaukee and turned into the Brewers. So
Wow. Okay.
there you go. And that's where they went into the county stadium. And I think you're right with the Braves thing. I think they were shortly for the Braves.
Yeah.
And then they went back to the Brewers.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But their inaugural year, which was 69, they were the Pilots. And then 70, they came to Milwaukee.
Okay.
All right. Have the Brewers ever won a World
Nope.
Series?
They have not. Closest they got was 80.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
It was 1982 because that was my next question.
Harvey Wallbearers.
Yeah.
Shoot, I thought it was 80. But
Yeah.
I knew it was the 80s.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Because then what? Yount, Cecil. I'm trying to think of the three, but they all went over 200 hits in the season.
Molitor?
Molitor, Paul Molitor was the other one. So there were three that had over 200 hits in a season, and Yount went with what do they have? 215 or something like that.
Okay.
I just looked it up. So
Paul
that's the only
Molitor.
reason
Kale's uncle, right? Kale LaVisca's uncle.
I don't know. There's a disc golf connection.
Yes, there is. Paul is originally from Minnesota, so
I am gonna have to look that up now.
yeah.
I don't know. You have his number. You could just text him.
No, I don't know.
That's too bad. All right. Okay, so that was my next one. Was what year did they appear in the World Series, which was in 1982? And then how many other teams have not won a World Series?
Ooh.
So including the Brewers, how many teams have not won?
I got to really think about this one for a moment.
You should see the smoke coming out of his ears.
It's not many.
It's not many.
Besides the Brewers, I want to say 3.
Oh, very close.
2?
4.
Oh, okay.
So there are 5 total teams that have never won a World Series.
Brewers.
I will have to look that one up.
Okay. I was thinking it was the Padres, the Mariners. Oh, I can't think of who the other 2 would be. Toronto's definitely won. Minnesota's won. White Sox have won. Detroit's won. Marlins have won. Tampa Bay's won.
So one is, the Rockies,
Oh, okay.
the Brewers.
Yep.
You got the Padres.
Uh-huh.
And then the traitorous Seattle, the ones that booted
Yep. Yeah.
the Mariners. And then the Bay Rays. So Tampa Bay.
I could have sworn they were. Okay.
They went. I remember them going.
Yeah, they went.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there you go.
Right on.
And the Mariners are the only team that have never appeared in a World Series at all. The only team.
That's
in
crazy
MLB.
because they have.
Didn't they have Griffey for a while?
They did,
didn't they?
And then they had Ichiro, and they had good teams. There's one year they had MLB record. I think it was 116 wins.
Oh, and they didn't even.
And they
up
didn't
a
even.
year.
Yeah.
Because that's a year where the Yankees were just stupid, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, so there you go. There's our MLB trivia in lieu of the Brewers being a pretty good team. So, and for those of you who don't know, we are located in Wisconsin. So, All right.
That we are.
Are you ready for the hot topic?
Yes.
This is
yes,
what
yes,
we'll
yes,
get
yes.
into.
Okay.
So here's a fun fact.
Is it disc golf related?
It is disc golf related.
Okay.
89% of all disc golf courses are free to play. Okay.
Oh.
Fun fact. Just
89%. Okay.
89% of all registered disc golf courses that are on UDisc are free to play. Here's my hot take. That needs to change.
It needs to be lower.
I think it needs to be way lower.
Wow.
Okay. So, are you ready? I'm about to piss a lot of people off here.
Are you going to say it should be like 60-40?
I think it should probably be around the 50-50 mark.
Okay.
So, here's my rationale behind it. You will never put money into a sport until the athletes that play it are willing to pay for the sport. So, all this complaining about we don't have enough money, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough money are people that sit on a couch with their finger in their belly button trying to get the lint out saying, well, I'm not going to play for disc golf. Why would I ever pay for disc golf? But then they complain about there's no money in disc golf. So at 89% of all disc golf courses being free to play, essentially you buy a disc, you go play around, and that is your over cost. Now, it makes it accessible, but obviously not that accessible, because why are our numbers not growing like crazy? The reason they're not growing like crazy is because 89% of all disc golf courses are free, and we can't do a darn thing about keeping these courses nice because there's no money in the courses. So my humble opinion is, if you want to see growth in disc golf, you got to start charging people to play disc golf. One way or the other.
Okay.
What do you think?
It's tough. That's tough because we know that a lot of disc golf courses are being put into public parks and things like that. And you could argue that people's tax money are already going to help keep these parks pristine and nice and things. There are a couple places, like I can think of like Drutska, like you have to have a pass.
All
to go.
Washington County parks you need to pay.
Right. I was thinking about that. But so here's the thing is, when you're paying to play, I mean, that doesn't to grow disc golf, right? You're just, because if we're paying to play a course, you're just maintaining that course. How are you, like, I don't see how it's helping it grow. It's just maintaining. I mean, it could grow, but.
So the reason why I would say it would be maintaining the course.
Well, it's maintaining, but I don't see.
I mean, excuse me, it would help it grow is through the maintenance of courses. Because how many courses have you been on that nobody takes care of it and it's absolute junk? When I was in Nashville, I played 2 courses. They were decent courses, but man, they could have been so much better if someone would have maintained them. If there was money injected into them to maintain them, like have some nice tee pads. Let's go ahead and clear these fairways when a tree falls, So if you have the money going into it and something happens, there's someone there to take pride, ownership, and you know. So it's a lot like, I mean, you compare it to its cousin, right? You compare it to golf.
Right. Well, that's the nice thing about playing on golf courses is they're already well maintained and manicured.
And
but we as disc golfers can go in and take advantage of all the people that are paying.
Exactly. True. So, and what is one of the nicest things that we're willing to just like shell out money for? A disc golf course that's on a golf course. Yeah. Because we're like, man, we know this is going to be nice. We're going to have some nice. Sorry, my dog is barking. This is weird. He doesn't usually bark. But they are. Should I go pause it and yell at him?
You could if you wanted to.
Let me do that.
Okay.
We'll be right back. You won't notice, but we'll be back. And we're back. All right. So when we talk about having good golf courses and disc golfers being able to take advantage of those golf courses, it's because there's money injected into these things, and these people need to make money to survive. So I think there's disadvantages to local shops. There's disadvantages to, because it's also a mindset. It's a clientele. So I'm going to piss some more people off here. Disc golf is kind of like a McDonald's of sports. Like there's a certain clientele that frequents McDonald's because it's affordable, right? It's cheap. And in order to become the, this is going to be a horrible comparison. In order to become the, I'm trying to think of a fancier chain. What's a fancier chain? In order to become the Qdoba.
Yeah, I was going to say like Chipotle or something.
Chipotle,
I don't know
Qdoba. I don't know if that's a
completely different. Like
Panera Bread. How about that?
Okay, sure.
In order to become a Panera Bread, like we're not looking to be like PF Chang's or like something, some like California Pizza Kitchen. Like we don't need to be that high in the chain world, but like put us in the Chipotle, put us in the in that realm. you have to start charging people more, because then that clientele will start doing it. And it's going to translate into the shops. It's going to translate into the accessories. It's going to translate into all these other things, because you're going to start inviting more money into the sport. Mm-hmm. So at least that's the way that I would feel, because that's kind of how economics works.
Yeah, sure. I guess to that, people are only going to spend as much money as they really want to, right? Whether it's buying discs or tournaments or however much. Like that's the kind of the nice thing about disc golf is you can make it expensive or as cheap as you want to, right? Like you can have however many discs you want. Mm-hmm. You can spend as much money on discs as you want. You can play whatever you want. You can spend as much money going to whatever level tournaments you want, travel, whatever it is. That's the great thing about disc golf. There's no set amount of money that you have to pay, except for, well, tournament fees are pretty much the same across the board, for tiers. And I don't know, I guess it's all about amenities and things that the courses and everything that can be offered to the golfer, right? Because I think at that point, you go to an Eagles Crossing, you expect this much, and you're like blown away. So that's worth it,
right?
To go. So I guess,
and that's kind of my example, because then you turn it around, and our friend Kale, you look at what he did, and he tried to keep it at that what disc golfers expect. Like, we're just going to pay $5-10 for a round, right? It screwed him. It put him under, because he wasn't making money and he wasn't attracting people that wanted to spend that type of money there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's other things and he bought it at a perfect time.
He did.
And then it just slowly went down.
Well, I think he also put some of that money into the bar and grill and that. So, I mean, the overhead on the food was probably kind of... Yeah.
Restaurant industry suck.
Yeah.
And I can speak from experience. Very, very... very long experience with that.
I was thinking about this too when we were just talking about we put so much money into or buying things from disc golf companies, right? Discs, bags, baskets, whatever, and that money is refiltered into the company through, R&D, materials, all that. But it would be nice to have companies, obviously Winthrop, which USWGC Innova has taken ownership of that, right?
Yeah, essentially.
So that's, it's pretty much.
it's on a campus.
It's on a campus, but it's pretty much their course,
right? Yeah.
So it would just be nice to see a company be like, okay, we're definitely taking it. Because they're making as much money, but they have to pay their sponsorships and all that. But it would be cool to see them develop courses that they have designed, whether it's asking somebody to do it or they have somebody there that can do it. But it would be kind of cool to see, like, this is the disc craft course, this is the Discmania course, something like that.
Yep. I think that would be pretty nifty too, because then they can showcase their equipment, showcase their T-pads, showcase their standards. I think that's a brilliant idea. And and let's put your money where your mouth is. Like, you keep saying that we need to keep the game affordable and accessible and all this stuff, like, but what are they doing to do that other than using the free market to get money on the backs of free and accessible, right?
Yeah.
So they're profiting off of it, but what are they giving back? You know what I mean? And I'm not calling any specific company out. I'm not saying that they're not giving back, because I know a lot of these have very philanthropical, ventures going on for a lot of these companies. But what are they actually doing to give back? And I think, and you probably roll your eyes, but DD did a really good job in Emporia with this, as far as giving back to the community, like actually putting courses in and sending designers out, doing stuff like that. Like donating equipment, but they still didn't take the full and like, this is my course. Like, here's your course, but I guess I lie, because Eagles Landing, right? No, what? Champions Landing. Kind of Rusco, it's disc golf, but he kept it a golf course / disc golf course.
Yeah.
So, he's kind of putting his money where his mouth is.
Sure.
But everybody else is not. I mean, and I think until this 89% of disc golf courses are free changes and gets lower, I just really think we're going to be stuck in this perpetual cycle of we need to grow, we need to grow, we need to grow. Well, you can't grow without injecting money into it.
And I think there's inherently what's going to happen too is if that 89% gets lower and there is more pay to play courses, you're still going to get the people that are going to frequent the free courses, you know, or the donation courses. And then maybe the pay to play courses will be like a special thing for them, or, you know, for, well, a lot of times those kinds of courses are special for anybody like that. It's like, yeah, okay, I have $10 or $15, however much it is. Like, oh, let's make a trip or whatever it is of this and actually go spend the money.
Why is this recreation, like this recreational sport, so much different than every other sport, except for a handful of sports? Every other sport costs money to play. Like pickleball, most pickleball places, like if you're going to a nice kept up pickleball courts, you're paying to go on those courts, you know?
Sure.
And I just use them because they're the hottest thing right now. But, you know, like almost anything else other than maybe baseball, soccer, something like that. But you go anywhere else for any recreational activity, you want to go play tennis at a club, you want to go do, like, you're paying money to do these things. And especially, like I said, we'll go straight to the golf thing. Like the amount of land that needs to be used, golf is our only comparison currently, and it costs money.
Yeah.
Like, why do we think we're different? Why do we think we're special and we stand apart from that? You know, and I think it is the hippie nature of disc golf, like where it came from.
Yeah.
And like that free spirit, that like fight the power, you know, I mean, these are the people that it came from. I just don't understand why it has to stay that way. We can respect that roots and keep those roots like clear in our history. But why do we have to perpetually or to perpetuate the situation that we're in by not injecting more money into it through playing and using the people that actually, you know, take advantage of the sport, right? Not take advantage in a bad way, but just like they use the sport as their recreation. I mean, I'd pay $5 a round. Like I'd pay $4 a round.
I mean, that's not terrible.
No, I'd pay what I think Washington County's about $40 for this year or something like that. Like I'd pay that.
Yeah.
And you think, I mean, something like, I'm trying to think of like,
well, even like
what the rubrics are.
You think of skiing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You have to be by, I mean, skiing is like one of those sports or recreational, I mean, activities that it has that amount of land, right? But you pay your season pass to go use the sport, like you to maintain the lifts, maintain the runs, you know, everything, warming house, whatever it is, and then that's that. But then you have skis are incredibly expensive, and
So, well, and the mountain biking is another one.
Yeah,
you know, and so you think about like all these fun little recreational activities, and you know it. Like all of it costs money. All of it costs money, you know, and I just don't understand why we think that we're above, like we're going to reach some standard of excellence without following the traditional patterns. Like, I just don't understand it. I mean, it's like, it kind of reminds, like, I can't even think of something. I mean, I can't even think of a comparison because I was going to be like, it's like using steroids and getting huge muscles without actually working out. Like, no, because you still got to pay for the steroids. You know, like I'm just trying to think of like, and you still have to work out, you know? So I can't even think of a system in society that says that you cannot, especially in our free market society, that you can't invest into something or that you don't need to invest in something to enjoy it without it going away.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I can't think of anything. Like swimming, maybe, you know, like go swim in the lake. Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but I think outside of that, like I don't know. So anyways, it needs to change. Like I genuinely feel that you should have to pay for disc golf. Like I truly and genuinely feel you have to pay for disc golf. And all these courses to put in, I mean, they cost I mean, a 9-hole course is, I mean, roughly if you're doing it right, it's about $1,000 a hole.
Sure.
You know, and not to mention the land. Like you were just talking like time, labor, equipment. Like it's about $1,000 a hole. Probably more than that actually. I'd have to look. It was $1,000 a hole when we put in Wildberry. It was about what it was.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah. So you think about it. I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but we all think it needs to be free. You know, like it doesn't. So, anyways. So how many people did I piss off?
I don't know. I'm guessing there's a fair amount of people that would agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not. I mean, I'm definitely looking for that, but we just got to change that mentality that everything needs to be free. And this griping and moaning and complaining about how everything's so expensive. Why are you raising costs? Why are you charging us this? Why are you, like all these things? And I get it, man. Like we all have to make choices in what we want as our extracurriculars, right? Mm-hmm. And it has everything to base on time and money. I mean, those are the two things that you have to weigh out. Like what are you willing to put your time in and how much are you willing to spend, right? Or what are you willing to put your time in and how much are you going to lose by doing that? Like, because if you make $20 an hour, but you go out and play disc golf for 2 hours, you just lost $40. Or let's say you already have that money and you're blessed and you're taking 2 hours out of your day. Like, well, how much money are you willing to spend for that? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I just feel that it's reasonable, but for some reason it's irrational within the disc golf community to think that we should pay for disc golf. Like, that's ridiculous. Why would we pay for disc golf? Well, because we want it to be better, right?
Yeah.
So pay some money. But there's a whole host of things that comes after that once the money's paid. What's getting done with it? How is it being appropriated? Like, there's all those things that I want to. I mean, we can get into it if you want to. But.
It's weird, funny that you bring that up. I didn't watch. Disc Golf World had a video the other day because I think Brody brought this up on whatever Tour Life. Mm-hmm. They were talking about we're paying all these fees to PDGA. He's like, where's the money going? Like that's been a question for a long time.
Forever.
Like, where's the money going that we're giving you, for membership? Like, what's it going? Well, it's not going to the magazine anymore because that's not happening. Although now that I saw something that they put that if you become an ACE member, you get your ACE disc or whatever it is, you also get the Birdie Club membership disc with it.
So we're just giving stuff away.
Giving stuff away now. But
cool.
Which is kind of funny. Like, yeah, I should be getting something for paying $100 a year over whatever the regular fee is. But yeah, I mean, it's funny the sentiment that you're like, yeah, okay, I am paying for this, but where's the money going? I think that's maybe in the back of the minds for other things, with disc golf. Like, okay, I am paying for this. Like, you can see it in the course, right? Mm-hmm. If you're paying to play, you can see the improvements, you can see the maintenance with the course. But with your membership, it's like, well, you took stuff away from me, but really, what is it going to?
Well, and really, what is it doing? I mean, you look at issues that are in the sport, you look at, and what's happening. Other than once a year, they let out a rules update. Mm-hmm. What else are they doing for us? And they say that the PDGA is for AMs. Yeah. That's what they always say. It's for growing the sport. It's for AMs. Like, you didn't grow the sport this year or last year, so like, where's the money going? What's happening? And then you look at their coffers, and they have a ton of money sitting in the coffers, doing nothing, just sitting. Why? And then you talk about the course that they have, the PDGA, where the, why can't I think of it? Steady Ed, where the courses are and stuff. Yeah. Like, you look at that and, man, like, that's probably one of the best examples of putting your money where your mouth is. But like all the trees and stuff they had to take down because of some sort of blight or disease, man, that costs a lot of money. Yeah. And, is that something that's appropriate when that's a revenue generating site? Is that okay to use membership dollars to keep that up? I don't know if that is. But that's,
especially when people aren't able to get there as easily. Like, you're taking all this money, and it's like, okay, well, you have this course available for you to play, but everybody's like, I can't get there. Like, it's not accessible to everybody.
No,
so
it's definitely not.
Why is my money going to that?
Exactly. Yep. So, yeah, I think the PDGA is and the amount of money that they get from each player at each tournament or each event, sanctioned event, is crazy. It's nuts how much money. I mean, at the end of the year, I think what I'm going to do is sit down and I'm going to pull all the numbers from Door Disc Golf. And I'm going to pull all the player fees from Door Disc Golf. I'm going to tell everybody how many events we had and how much money we paid to PGA just to run these events.
Sure.
Just to give these events. And what do they feel they got back in return? You know, like what do players get back in return for that $3 a player or $2 a player, or whatever that number is, you know? I don't know. Like a fancy app that they can put their score in while they're playing? Yeah.
That's probably about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's reasonable, I guess.
Sure.
But it's like you're mandating us to use an app that you mandate us to pay for that is mandated by the player fees that, you know, and you're just like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, right.
But it is what it is. I mean, that's something that we buy into, and the Go Throw Tour was something that was hopefully in competition with it, you know, and then we had the American Disc Golf League or American Disc Golf Association. I don't remember what it was, but that went out in the early teens. And we've had other people try to come up and try to start something different, but you know, when you're entrenched in like that, man, it's hard. It's hard. And when there's no money in the sport because you're not willing to pay to play the sport, it's hard to have someone else come up and do anything with it. So, all right, there you go. That was a rabbit hole that went on forever. So, pay to play your courses, folks. All right. With all that being said, let's go into some more percentages. So the Disc Golf Pro Tour has purses this year for the championship. It's not as much as it was last year.
No, it's rather less.
Yep, went down by 16.7% in decrease in total purse, and that's across the FPO and MPO fields. And you pulled up some numbers, so it was $300,000 total purse last year. And this year it's just a little over 200,000. So it's 210 or 220,000
or
something like that.
250,000.
Oh, 250. Yep. Okay. So it went down by $50,000. And then we had last year, first got 35,000. This year they're going to 30,000. Second place got 20,000 last year. It is now at 15,000. Third place got 12,000. Went down to 10,000. So on and on. Right. It goes on and on to make up that gap for the 16.7%.
Yep. And then every player, this is just like last year, every player for at least qualifying gets 2,000.
Still get the 2,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So every player that qualifies still gets the 2,000. So we did a quick search. We didn't do a real deep dive, but there's no reason behind, there's no public reason behind why it has dropped 16.7%. Because the purses across the board did not go up in the DGPT because those are event specific. Now they do pay in for the championship. Every player pays in.
Right.
So the only thing I can think of is with the tour carrying cards, because this is the first year that it's fully tour carrying cards now.
Yes, right.
Players. That's the only thing I can think of that may have impacted them negatively, because in the years past you could play in, there were certain ways that you could be a tour carrying card or tour playing carrying tour card player.
Right.
However you say that. Anyways, you have a tour card to play. And this year it was essentially you had to qualify from the previous year. That was the only way that you could qualify, or by winning a certain event, amateur event. So, which like disc golf, college World Series or what the Disc Golf Nationals, College Nationals was one way, and there's a couple others, and there's some European ones as well. So I'm curious. I'm really curious because I don't remember reporting or reading or thinking about that. Wow, these have gone up, any of the purses.
Sure.
For any of the events. Some of them stayed the same, but yeah, it's weird. So. And if they stayed the same, that means the players were the same. The number of players were the same. Or they got bigger sponsorships. But
right.
I'm just curious.
Well, part of me was just thinking about this. The costs are on the tour, obviously, with prices going up, gas, things of that nature.
Well, gas is cheaper than it was last year. Across the board this year.
Is it? Okay. cost to run Jomas. That could play into it a little bit.
Some purchases they made, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't think about that, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what operating costs for Jomas is. They just hit 500,000 subscribers, by the way.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Oh, good for them. Good for them.
So, but yeah, that's
It's not as exciting to me now that the Disc Golf Pro Tour owns them.
I don't even think about it when I'm watching them. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just Jomas to me
Yeah.
still. It's not like, Jomas is part of DGPT. No, it's just still its thing. I'm still waiting for it.
That's funny because it gives me like small company bought by big company.
But I mean, it's crazy because to me, Jomas is bigger than DGPT, right?
Yeah.
It is.
I agree.
That's how I felt about it. I'm like, you need these people to help you maintain your user base and everything. So, but I'm curious with the tiers, because we were talking about that earlier in the year when DGPT was like, we're coming out with these different tiers of subscribers. How many people are at whatever tier it is to watch majors, or like this weekend you have to have the highest tier, I think, to watch USDGC. Like that's how it always, or even no, it's a separate thing, right?
I
thought that's what it was. I thought it was always like a separate.
I'd be speaking out of turn if I knew. If I did.
I don't remember what the situation is.
USDGC has historically you had to pay for it separately.
Right. So that's what I always remember.
But I do remember when they raised the price of that. I thought it was included.
That
in
could
the Pro.
be. I think in the Pro, you're right.
So, but I'd be speaking out of turn if I said yes or no to it. USDGC.
Anyway, I just feel like perhaps people were priced out of certain things that effectively cost them more money to run. That's why perhaps prices were dropped a little bit, but we might never hear that.
No, it's not a publicly traded company. So it is a private company. So there's no reason.
You don't have to have earnings reports or anything.
You don't have to have earnings reports. So there's nobody. It's not held by an offshore company. It is just a privately owned company. Now there are some pretty heavy ties in with the PDGA, but it is still not a wing of the PDGA. They just work together. They're partners. So I don't think we'll ever see the real numbers unless Stillwater decides that Rainwater. Stillwater. Stillwater's is the restaurant that used to be.
Yeah, the old
Brian's.
Yeah.
Rainwater. I don't believe that Todd will ever probably release any of that stuff. Because there's no reason to. Like, he has no good reason to. It is interesting because wasn't it a decrease from the year prior as well? Wasn't it a small decrease from the year prior? Wasn't it like a 9% decrease last year too?
Yeah, it could have been.
I vaguely remember it, but it is interesting. Let's just say that it's interesting. And so USDGC included in the DGPT broadcasting. Okay. It is. So it's included in the broadcast for.
Yep. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I was just looking at the plan. $20. Yep.
Yeah. So it is included. So I know at one point it wasn't. You did have to pay more, but so that's good. But they do, just so everybody knows, they have started selling their 2026 passes for the season already. And if you buy now, not only will you get, but you also get. So, all right. So there you go. So DGPT, your purses are smaller.
Kind of sad. I mean, it's still the biggest payout of the year. Yep. The Tour Championship, but it is kind of sad to see that money is going down.
It is.
I mean,
it's sad because it's an overall decay of.
Kind of measures like what the sport is, what's happening, interest or growth. It's just.
Yeah, we're plateauing, and I think their projections, and I think this is a lot of what's happening in disc golf, is that people were working off of 2020, 2021, and 2022 numbers.
Yeah.
And they're forecasting like, oh, this is going to be phenomenal. So we're going to start hiring people, paying people, doing things like that. Hence Ricky, hence Kona, hence, things like that. So we're looking at all these big giant contracts. We're looking at all these big giant payouts. We're looking at all this stuff. And what happens is disc golf loses interest, and or disc golf starts to lose a foothold in the growth of new sports, and money declines, and now we're stuck overpaying for what we should be paying 16.7% less for. And that's essentially what's happening. So the market is telling us that, like, hey, slow down. There's a price and then there's a demand, and your price is well outweigh the demand right now. So hopefully that demand will go up and your price can come up too. But right now it is what it is. Now this is the economics of disc golf. This is not what we should be doing. Like I said, this doesn't fly in the face of 89% of disc golf courses are free. As a matter of fact, it probably proves our case just a bit more, is that we need to get used to paying for stuff in disc golf.
Sure.
We need to stop thinking that everything should be free.
Well, I mean, relatively speaking, going to a DGPT event is pretty cheap compared to most any other event. Just thinking about it, you can get weekend pass, whatever, or day pass, and it's relatively cheap compared to going to like a concert or
For sure.
another sporting event.
Yep.
And there is vending, but like for the most part, they let you just kind of like bring water or whatever you like have. So it's like losing out on money for that.
Right. Yeah. And they really do a good job with it. And what other event can you be that close with the athletes?
True.
You're a guy holding a sign saying "Stay back away from touching your favorite athlete." So I don't know. I mean, we have some advantages in disc golf. And that's the popularity is changed some of that, because you used to essentially just be able to be on the course with them, and it wasn't an issue at all. So it has closed down a little bit, but because of popularity, which is awesome. And I think we also need to just rewind just a little bit and just say that disc golf is in a wonderful spot. It's not the best it's ever been, but it's definitely better than it has been, especially pre 22, we're still in a better spot than we've ever been. And I think that's something that needs to be clarified, because when I first started playing disc golf was one of those things that they were like, what? And if it wasn't for Seinfeld, probably nobody would have ever known about disc golf,
Yeah.
Frisbee golf rather.
Yeah.
And other than the, 20 or 30,000 people that played it. So when you talk about that, like back in 99 or 2000, the first time I picked up to disc, like I didn't even know what disc golf was. It was just somebody said, "Hey, you want to go play disc golf?" I was like, "Sure." We went and bought a disc, and that was it, know? And over the next 5 years, like it was cool, but there was nothing, nothing incredible about it. And then come back into it around 15 or 16, and you're like, hey, this is kind of a sport now.
Yeah, right.
And then 18 and 19 happens with Macbeth getting big numbers, and then you're like, wow. And then 2021 happens, like then you're like, whoa, what is going on?
Yeah.
And we're just seeing a little backslide now, And JP has to pee.
We hit pause?
No, we're going to hit pause one more time. All right. We're back. How did that feel?
Excellent. Random bathroom thought. Yeah. Because we were just talking about playing
Do
back.
I want to hear this?
No. Yeah. 99, 2000. Do you ever think about what it would be like? You're like, oh man, if I had the ability I had now back in when we first started, right? Like I could be a pro. Like,
for sure.
Like DGPT pro.
For sure.
Like, just because of like the way courses were, like you're like, oh man, if I could go back and stick with disc golf from the very beginning, but have the skills you have now, you're like, I would have dominated.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's kind of funny because so at my best, I was 950. I don't know, like mid 950s or high 950s. I can't remember. So at my best, I was there, which was only a couple years ago. Man, that translates if you go back that far. You're a pretty darn good player.
Yeah, right.
Like top tier
Crazy
player.
to think about.
I would have been a Wisconsin legend. Like, you know, like
Shane Solomon, Wisconsin legend.
exactly. No one would even heard of Terry Miller. I mean, with that. Oh, wait, there's more.
No. Terry, speaking of Terry Miller, randomly, he was on a podcast just recently talking about.
It's called Smashbox. It's every
No,
week.
Not his own.
Oh,
but
okay.
A different one talking about his start with. It's called Passion Pod, and it started like they had like randomly liked a bunch of our stuff on Instagram, and I was like, okay, but like Terry Miller was on there and he was talking about how he, worked for a company and he like quit disc golf. Like it was just like his story about how he got into it and stuff.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, oh, that's kind of cool. So just
he does have an interesting story. Like he has been, like I feel like I've been around disc golf for a long time. He has been around disc golf for a long time. He still doesn't have the history some people have. But man, like, as far as Wisconsin goes, like he's pretty OG in Wisconsin, and he runs he ran a ton of tournaments. I mean, he kind of helped. I mean, I can't say that because the Wisconsin disc golf scene has been a great scene the Milwaukee disc golf scene has been a great scene for a long time, but he was one of the OGs back then, mid 90s, like he was there. I mean, the very first tournament I ever played in was a Terry Miller tournament at Drudska. So, and it was one I never it's stupid. It was an event that we played, me and my friend Matt, in 2001 or 2002. We went and played at Dredska, and I just didn't want to pay the extra $5 to be a PDGA member.
Oh,
and I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So I just paid the extra $5 instead of paying the 50 or whatever. It was $45, and that's funny. It's still the same price to be a PDGA member, just so you know, that as it was back then. And I just didn't do it. And I was just like, man, like I go back now and I'm like, man, I just wish I would have did it, because I would have had a pretty cool number at this point.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I still have a pretty low number comparably speaking, but I would have been 20,000, maybe 19,000, something like that. So, but nevertheless, it woulda, coulda, shouldas. All right. So let's go on to USDGC. Will be happening the 9th through the 12th. And just so you know, 2026, it'll be the 8th through the 11th next year.
It's so random.
It is so random. I pulled up the USDGC and it has next year's dates already up there as the main heading. And you just click on it, it goes to all the 2025 stuff. So it's kind of funny. But with that being said, so USDGC is happening. So what we're going to do is make some picks, and then we'll talk about USDGC next week. But so USDGC and Women's Throw Pink will be happening concurrently. So let's do some pickaroos. Do we want to just do winner chicken dinner, or do we want to do 1, 2, 3s?
Oh, I don't care. We can 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Okay. Are we doing a dark horse?
We can.
Okay, we can.
We
He
can.
sounds so excited about doing it.
We can.
All right. Where's the PDGA page so I can see who's playing? Championship tournament partners. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna pick number 1 MPO. I have a feeling that I'm gonna pick Paul Macbeth. Ooh. I did stupid, but
I don't think it is.
But yeah, he has this little bit of flair right now.
Yeah,
that just might do it. So that's going to be my number 1. So we'll do a little, just a back and forth. I was going to say snake, but
I went on the PDGA live, but it doesn't have everybody good to go. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Part of me wants to say, I know his grandma died, and it's a big she's a big presence in his life, especially before disc golf. But I'm gonna say Gannon Burr.
Burr?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like he's going to have an emotional weekend, but he's gonna play for her.
Okay, I like that. I am going with Barella.
Oh,
Just a hunch. I'm not doing this based off of anything other than just feelings. My feelings.
okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go not Rogue, but I'm gonna say Nicholas Antala is gonna take second place.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. Antala. Robinson.
Yeah, that's a good pick. You can't ever really count him out. All right, third place. I'm going to take Paul.
Paul Ulibarri.
Yeah, Paul Bueller. Paul McBeth.
All right. We can't go back and pick Climo, can we?
No.
So if P. McBee wins, he will be in solo for 4 USDGC wins. And then he'll only be one away from Climo with his 5.
That's cool. Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
I saw a picture today that of all the USDGC winners like together. It was like
All of them, really.
yeah. It was, or how many was it? It was like 13 of the last
Well,
however many years.
it's very possible because...
Yeah, because it was like Climo, Nico, Paul, Gannon, Big Germ, Schultz, Shoestrick. I forgot.
Yeah. Dickerson, Brinster, Sexton, Conrad, Doss, Felberg.
Yeah, I think it was a picture of all of them.
Yeah. That's, I mean, yeah, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 winners.
Yeah.
Total. So, yeah. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. And then I am going to pick, as far as a dark horse, man, Rathbun's been doing pretty well. Who do I want to pick? Who has been going pretty well recently? I already got Isaac. Should I pick Drew Gibson just because? I should not. No. I'm going to take Gossage
Oh, okay.
as my
That isn't right on.
because I mean he's good, but man, he hasn't really done much this year. I mean, don't get me wrong, he hasn't played bad, but he just hasn't been at the top of the game this year. So, is it true that Climo's going to play in this one again?
You know, I saw that they were doing a doubles event. It was like Paul and like it was going to be Climo, Paul, and Rick. Those were the 3 males, and then they were doing it was Paul and Juliana. Shoot, Paige was involved, Juliana, and I forgot who the other person was. Maybe it was Missy Gannon. I don't know, but they were doing something like it was going to be before the actual event itself. So I might have it today. Well,
Okay.
Before we're recording, but I didn't see anything else. Shoot, who am I going to pick? My dark horse is I'm going to say Cole Rodallen.
Good choice. I was thinking about him. I was actually thinking about him for my 3rd pick. Good choice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say going on the limb and say Cole Rodallen.
All right. Are you ready to go to Throw Pink?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
All right. I am going to run as my winner, Holland Handley.
Ooh. All right. I kind of like it back to back.
And she's been doing really, really well this year.
She said today, or on Instagram, she says her game's feeling pretty good. So, I mean,
It's good. And she's not one to just talk like that.
no.
So, I'm having a hard time picking a third. Okay, who's your first?
My first is... I'm gonna say Silva.
Silva Sarnen.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go with Own as my 2.
Okay. I'm gonna pick... Man. I'm gonna pick Holland as my 2.
Okay. I'm going to go with Big Money Missy for my 3rd.
Okay. I was thinking about Missy as my 3rd as well. For some reason, I feel like you know what? I'm gonna pick Cadence Burge.
That's not a bad choice. Okay. Burge.
I feel like Missy's a better pick, but for some reason, I'm feeling pretty good about Cadence.
I am. God, you see, there's so many people that can be dark horse.
There really is.
So many. But I'm going to stick. I got to give credit where credit's due. And I'm going to go with PP.
You know what? I thought about her as well for 3rd place.
Yeah.
I did. I'm going to go...
And PP, I mean Paige Pierce.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to pick... Shoot. Like, it's so funny because, like, you look at people's names and it's like, oh, this person's not really, like, a dark horse because I feel like they can compete.
You could always go with, like, Mandahano.
I know. I'm going to take... Gosh. Give me... Yeah, I'm going to take... Actually, I'll pick Macy Valadiaz.
Okay.
Something really off.
Valadiaz. I have this strange feeling that Mandahano's going to do well.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, because Cat Merch has been playing super well as well. I mean, well, not super well, but she's been playing well recently. Haley King's been playing decent recently.
Yeah. Haley has been playing decent.
Ella's been playing decent recently. Like, so there's a lot of good choices for Dark Horse. But, I'm even Cadence Burge. Like, I know you picked her for your 3 slot, but... And, you never count out Jennifer Allen because she can always be there as well. So there's a lot of ladies that can be there.
You know who actually... She qualified for Throw Pink Monday and shot a 5 down. Kona played...
Panis, really?
Yeah.
Or Montgomery?
Montgomery, yeah.
Wow, okay.
So I don't know. I feel like she could maybe do something.
I mean, she can definitely do something.
Yeah.
Do something. I mean, she still needs to figure out why she got paid so much money.
Oh, boy.
Man, she hit a rough patch after she went with DD. She had probably one year where she was healthy and no issues.
Right.
And she just hit a nasty rough patch after that. Like, so I know I like to make fun of her and poke fun of her because I still think the money was ridiculous that she got. But, man, she hit a rough patch. Like, I don't think I'm not going to say she didn't get a fair shake because she got a fair shake. It's just circumstances were not in her favor.
True.
After that. So, all right, man. So I think the last thing is, and I don't think anyone cares, so that's why we're just going to say it. The Go Throw finale happened.
Yeah, Go Through a finale at Highland Brewing. Zach Nash ended up winning for MPO. And Cat Merch ended up winning for the FPO.
Oh, cool.
Odd, just completely odd. No. I'm just not that she won. There was 22 MPO. I was looking on their site or on Instagram, and they had 22 MPO competitors. They had 2 FPO competitors. It was Kat and this other woman. I forgot what her name was. G-An Pian or something like that. Kat murdered her by like, seriously. Kat shot 17 down. This other woman shot a +7.
Oh my goodness.
So she won by, was that 24 strokes? And then.
Why? So why? Why were there only 2 FPO competitors?
That's what I want to know. But like, you know, you're holding this event before USDGC. So I'm wondering, the whole tour is kind of funny to me because somebody else was talking about this on Facebook. I'm like, well, their point system's kind of goofy. They limited like the amount of people at like events or, you know, stuff like that. And then when I was looking at points earlier, it was like Gannon was number 1 in points for their tour. Number 2 was Emerson Keith. 3 was I don't remember who number 3 was. But you have people that are high in the standings for this tour and they're not even showing up to your finale.
Right.
You know, and it's like, what?
Well, it shows how little they care about it. And
right. I mean, and
they were place fillers.
Kind of. Right. It almost seemed like we had these big names to try to gain momentum for the tour. And then that momentum just seemed to kind of die off because they only had so many tour stops. And then all of a sudden you're at the end of the year and people are caring about every other tour thing, you know, besides.
Well, they're caring about where they can make money.
Yeah.
Is what they're doing.
I mean, and I think Go Throw was trying to say, oh, we're going to have bigger purses, do this, do that. So it's tough for me to say what's going to happen next year with the tour.
Right. Well, they've already announced some stops. The Go Throw.
Have they?
I thought they did. I thought they did like almost like 3 weeks ago, a month ago.
I don't remember. I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I know for sure the Disc Golf Pro Tour was having that other series that we had talked about.
That's right.
That was kind of operating. That was like Champions Landing. And then we announced that, and there's a couple other stops, and then they announced along that the Big Easy tournament, and they were going back to chess.com.
Yes.
And so, yeah, but the Go Throw Tour, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. So I'm for it. I'm for the Go Throw Tour because I think we need a competitor in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't mind it, but I think their time and energy would probably be better served kind of doing a Cactus League-ish style.
Sure.
You know, not going after the same competitors, going after the second-tier competitors.
Well, they do, and to me, that's kind of what it looked like. There's quite a few. I mean, you still had like some pretty good pros in there, but it's not people you're seeing on league card coverage all the time. And
right.
But there is also, they also had like amateur. You know, it was an amateur tournament, so like there's other amateurs playing alongside pros at the event, you know, just at different times and everything.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it kind of went back to what the Pro Tour started as, is kind of where it was as far as like how the structure of the tournament went. There was an AM side to almost every Pro Tour stop. You know, and it just doesn't seem like that's not the case anymore.
Right. Because like amateur tournaments, like for the events, are now like opposite weekends.
Yeah. For most of them. I mean, there's still some that coincide, like Ledgestone and things like that.
Yeah,
but for the most part, like you're playing different courses now. So I think it is kind of nice. And I think I made that argument for the Go Throw Tour because it is kind of nostalgic, the way that it was being produced and played. But I still think like just make it an amateur tour where you still have a pro division. I mean, do what they're doing, but this idea that they're going to compete with the Pro Tour is just kind of, I mean, it's a pie in the sky. Like it could potentially happen, but I just don't think that, I don't think it's the right time or the place for it. And we talk about the 16.7% down. Like what you're doing is you're adding competition where the market's already saturated. And yes, there's only one player in that market, but that market's saturated. Like I don't think there's more room or more money for another tour to thrive.
Yeah.
Right now, you're just stealing from the same breadbasket, like, and you're probably eating off the same loaf. I mean, for Pete's sake, like, you just
I know I like their idea of highlighting courses you don't normally see. Having it, I mean, not as many stops, opposite Pro Tour weekends that seem to work okay for them. I just don't know how big are the crowds that they're getting. Like, I didn't watch a ton of their tour. I watched a couple stops here and there, but yeah, I don't know.
But and with the Pro Tour doing that auxiliary tour or whatever, I forgot what it was called. How good are we? Is it still written on
Well, I
the
mean,
thing?
they had the Q series, but I forgot what this one's gonna. The
They
new
have
one's
the
gonna
new
be called.
one, yeah. And essentially what it is go throw.
Kind of, yeah.
Burp. No, I don't have the notes on it still. Well, at least right in front of me. So yeah, well, I mean, good for them. I'm glad they made it through the first year. I'm excited to see if Humphreys is going to throw another season out there. If he hasn't already announced it, but for some reason, I just feel like he did. So
Yeah, he might have.
yeah. All right, sir. Well, we're getting long in the tooth. We're about an hour and 20 minutes total in.
Goodness.
Yeah. It's all those brewer questions.
Yeah, that was for sure it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Anything thought-provoking or insightful to leave us on?
Shoot, nothing as good as last week or whenever the last episode was. No, I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
I got one.
Oh.
Never trust a fart. It's worth repeating.
Okay.
You never trust a fart.
All right. Leave it at that.
Leave it at that. All right. With that being said, have a great weekend. Go throw some discs and keep us up par. Deuces.